everybody, this is Tambiota back with another third-party Transformers video review. This time I have TFC Toys Ares 02 Phlogeus. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box real quick. And on the front we can see in this large window, you can see Phlogeus in his robot mode with his arm, part of a weapon. You can see that he does come with a gun, kind of. And then you can see in a picture right here of him in his beast mode. So let's take a look at the side. You can see him with that extra weapon that he's given, and him in a beast mode. And then back here on the back, we have him in his three different modes: his beast, his robot mode, and then his limb mode. We'll come to the side, and here's another close-up picture of him, mainly of his chest and his face. And then if we go to the bottom, we see a warning label, and then the top has his name, Phlogeus. Something that I was told in my comments with my last review was that these guys were going to be named after the four horses of Ares. Well, looking at this and doing a little research, I've actually found out that Phlogeus was one of the four horses owned by the Dioscuri twins. Are actually given four horses, and this is one of them. So I'm assuming that the four horses are going to be their horses. So with that, let me go ahead and get this guy open and check him out. Alright, and here we have Phlogeus out of his box and in his tiger mode. I kind of think he looks okay. The only thing that I don't really like in this mode is just kind of how big these thighs are in the back with the legs, and then the way, I don't know, just this portion right here feels a little too thick for me, and that's about it. I do wish he would have come with his sword and with his two little pistols, and along with the figure inside the box, you also get this cannon kind of thing. I don't really know right now what this is going to be used for. Maybe when the other ones start coming out, we'll see what these actually go to. So let me put that off to the side. He comes with this thing, which is part of an axe weapon that he came with. I did see some pictures, and this thing does actually join on to the sword to help kind of bulk it up whenever you get all the pieces. So you're actually going to get in the new figures, or in the other figures, you're also going to get another one of these, and then a piece that's going to go from here and go around like this. So it's actually going to bulk up the sword and probably make it a little bit longer. I just recently saw that on some one of the big toy news websites. Comes with that. He also comes with his tail. His tail you have to attach in his beast mode, and he also comes with his fist, which actually has two thumbs, so you can use it for either side. These spikes and these claws are very sharp, so be careful. Then he also comes with a baggie with some extra parts, and those are actually to help cover up these screw holes in his face. So then he also comes with a tech spec card, which has a picture of him in the front, and then all of his stats in the back. So, and then he also comes with a mini poster. I think that's about 8.5 by 11. So moving on, let me show you off his articulation in his tiger mode, his beast mode. Real quick, you can kind of move the head. There you go, right there. You can move it down, not really up, but you can twist it left and right. You can open up his mouth to really wide. These are very sharp, so be careful with that. You can move the feet forward and back. Then he has a double kind of elbow joint right here, and then a swivel at the elbow. And then you can actually bend these claws right here, the front part of the paws. And then coming to the back portion, he can actually ratchet joint, moving them forward and back. They get a little hung up right here, but you can kind of move the pieces around a little bit to kind of accommodate for that. And then there is a hinge right here, and then there's actually a hinge right here if you want to kind of do a little bit more like that. And then this swivels, it's on a ball joint, so it can kind of rock a little bit. And then again right here at the toes you have a hinge, so you can bend the toes. And then if you want to, just by the way that it attaches, you can do the tail up or down, just depends on really kind of what you want and what you like. So to convert him into his robot mode, I'm going to take, and we'll come back here and fold this a little straight like that, and then take and bend this. Well, first of all, we'll go ahead and take this portion. This portion right here has to go down. So I find it a little bit easier if you go like, I don't know, yesterday I was able to kind of go like this and then kind of force it down. But if you kind of look right here, something I kind of want to show you while I have this, there's actually power core combiner notches in this stuff. So you can actually make him the central part of a power core combiner if you wanted to, which is kind of a weird added bonus that they did. So let's, the other, when I was messing around with them earlier, I was able to kind of go like this, and let's go with this foot. This thing is actually going to go all the way down. It should. Doesn't. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, this does go all the way down. I hate these things. They always pinch me. So if you see, there's two joints in here. There's two ratcheting joints in here. So for Tiger, you go like that, then you fold that out, then you twist it, and then bend it back down like that. So I'm just trying to get this down straight again. There we go. So you pull that out, and then you kind of pull, and you'll get a second click on it. Okay. Alright, there's that click. Alright, so then you want to take, sweep around the feet, and then pull down this right here, and it's going to make the front toe. So, like that. Alright, so then what you want to do is you want to take this crotch piece right here, and you want to actually fold it down, and it'll actually clip in to the top part of the hip. And then you're going to take this portion, and you're going to bend. That unsnaps really easily. Bend that down like that, and then you'll take and then push the body down like so. And as you can see, this is already kind of coming apart. So let's move down the arms, and this is going to rotate up like that. So then taking the hands next, we're going to go and flip down the paws. And the hands already kind of flipped out whenever I did that, but you raise up this panel right here, flip down the hands, flip up the claws. And we'll do that for this side, like that. Let's kind of raise up the camera a little bit. Alright, so next we'll take, in this portion right here, this little chest part, it actually splits out and kind of flips around. And then you're going to take the head and rotate it around like that. And then his head is underneath here, so you can pop that up, and there's, it actually clicks up in here. So you'll go one click and see that side's not clicked. Another click. Now it's clicked completely. Rotate the head around. And you're going to take the beast head, pop it down, and the easiest way that I found to do this is to move these shoulders out like that. And then there's a tab in the side of the neck right there where that plate tabs into. So then you just put the arms back up. And there you have Phlogeus in his robot mode. Like I said, he has a couple of weapons. He has his tail, which can kind of be used as I guess a whip or something. Then he has this gun, which you can have him hold like so. And then he has this little axe thing, so you can hold that like so. And then some of the pictures show him with that, and then with this kind of back here. So here you go. And you know how I kind of showed you that there was some power core combiner tabs on the underside of his knees? Well, if you come up here, that's where the power core combiners are for the shoulders. Alright, and so for articulation, starting at his head, because of the way that it's on here, there's two hinges that kind of go into the neck, and you can move it kind of forward and back a little bit. So if you want to move it up forward or go back a little bit, you can do that. Then the head is on a ball joint itself, so it can look up and down, it can turn left and right. It does have light piping. It's pretty decent light piping. His arms or his shoulders are on a ratcheting joint, which you can turn like that, and then it also has a hinge right here. It actually has two hinges. It has a hinge right here and a hinge in the arm, so you can go out like that. Then, his elbows have that double, have a double hinge up here in this top part, and then in the bottom, and then a swivel in between those. Then his wrists don't really have any kind of articulation. They don't have a swivel in them or anything like that. You can kind of fold it up a little bit. That's about it. And then I wouldn't really consider that articulation of the hand. That's more of transforming articulation. So then when you come to the waist down here, you can swivel the waist. And that's about it. These panels do move up so that you can get a wider range of motion on the leg out, so it can move out, move forward, back on nice ratcheting joints. Then he has the knee joints right here, and that's just a regular knee joint. And then the swivel is actually in here, so the swivel's in there. And then his feet kind of have a little bit of a pivot. You can move them up, and that's about it. So, like I said, I wish they would have given him his weapons, specifically his guns and his swords. The thing that I like most about Predaking in of itself is that everybody has swords. I kind of think that TF Toys lost the opportunity to make something special with those. Kind of like Mastermind Creations did with combining all the swords to make a giant sword. You know, they did it with Hercules or Devastator, where they gave them all guns and then made them combine into a larger gun, which was nice. It didn't look like the original gun, but you know, later on they released a gun that looked like the G1 gun, but at least it was, you know, something. But I guess I can't really complain, because whenever I get all the pieces, I'm not going to be showing them off in this manner. I'm going to be showing them off in the combined mode. So, you know, take one thing here, take it away from another. So real quick, I'm not going to really show the transformation into his arm mode, because I will have a video later when all the pieces are out. Seems like they're going kind of slow, like they're kind of going in between two combiners right now. I did find a couple of little things that I wanted to nitpick about this guy. You know, one, whenever I got him, there were kind of excess pieces of, I think it was, where was it at? I think it was like in here in his leg or something. He had some extra extra plastic, like the plastic that, you know, squeezes through the mold and you have a little excess on there, you know, kind of thing. And that kind of worries me, because I've always thought of TFC toys as being like, you know, top of the line, their stuff being great, and now I'm getting these Aries series, and I'm not finding a whole bunch of problems with them, but there's just like a few things, like especially with this guy, with his head going into the cavity of his body. It doesn't feel like there's enough space actually in there, like they didn't construct it right or something. It always doesn't feel right in there. It always feels like his head is maybe a little too big for that space, something like that. And then the way that this panel is made, you know, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like it goes all the way down. It's supposed to go all the way down, but it doesn't. It just kind of sits up there. You know, that stuff kind of bothers me, and it kind of worries me a little bit about these guys. You know, are they rushing this set because there is competition for these guys? And I think the answer is yes. You know, and the main reason I got this guy was because, you know, I wanted him to match all my other combiners that I got from TFC Toys. Let me go. I'm going to transform him into his arm mode, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. And here's a little sneak peek of him in his arm mode. Oops. He kind of fell over because he's really heavy on that arm right now, and these legs weren't designed to kind of carry that much weight. So I think I'm going to kind of need to move some stuff around. This doesn't seem to always go in the right spot or fit. It just looks weird. It doesn't look kind of right. But, you know, I think he looks good as an arm, especially with those fingers, with those nice spiked fingers and such. And, you know, I don't want to discourage people with my nitpicks from these figures. These are nice figures. They do look nice. They do feel nice. They don't feel cheap. They just feel like they may have been a little rushed. So, you know, I really, if I could tell TFC Toys something, is take your time, make these things like I know that you can make them. That's basically all I'm saying. Oh, yeah, you know, I want to kind of thank the person who put that on my other review. You know, if you take these and you pull on them, they will click again, and they will lock. And I do say, when they do lock, they are locked. Be careful whenever you try to push them back up, because you can pinch the crap out of your hand really badly. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this review. Don't forget to check out my other reviews. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. This has been Tambio, and I will see you next time.